What is going on, everyone? John Ramdeen with you here in the FN studios, and this is FNNE, your daily dose of mixed martial arts news and notes. Robin Black will join me to chat about the day's events. In the news today, a former Strikeforce champion gets busted, a former light heavyweight champion targets his next opponent, and the UFC puts together an exciting featherweight tilt for the Ultimate Fighter 20 finale. Former K1 fighter Cung Le tested positive for human growth hormone following his loss against Michael Bisping in Macau. Leading up to the fight, Bisping had commented about the appearance of the Sanshao expert. The former Strikeforce middleweight champion has been suspended by the UFC. Former light heavyweight champion Rashad Evans has expressed interest in facing top-ranked Alexander Gustafsson. The Ultimate Fighter winner says that he is impressed with the Swedish fighter's development and would love to test his skills against the youngster. Suga has not been in action since his November 2013 tilt against Chael Sonnen. And finally, Jeremy Stephens and Charles Oliveira will battle it out at the Ultimate Fighter 20 finale, which is set to go down on December 12th at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. The bout will act as the night's co-feature. No main event has been announced for the show. Happy to be joined by my main man, Mr. Robin Black, and we look at Cung Le, what happened, HGH. No shit. All you had to do was look at that picture, and everybody that is involved in mixed martial arts expected Cung Le to fail the drug test. How is this possible?
Michael Bisping did, that's for sure. And Bisping was hilarious about it. It's just like, well, sure, maybe at 42 his genetics just really come alive. He's never looked like this in his 20s, never looked like this in his 30s. You know, human growth hormone is a weird one. We were talking about that here. They used to take it out of cadavers. They would reach into the dead bodies of human beings and suck out their youth essence and put it in your bodies. That's some vampire shit when you think about it, right? Literally. Now they make it artificially. It's like that show where they drink the fake blood and stuff like that with that girl, the blonde one. I don't know what it's called. If they don't fight in it, I don't know what it is. True Blood.
But like you look at the fact that if I'm Cung Le and I know that I'm facing Michael Bisping, I got to give myself every advantage in the world. Michael Bisping in his physical prime, his fighting prime. Cung Le, no spring chicken.
Yeah, and we think that out loud, and people do think that, but you take heat when we even joke about this stuff, because there is a passionate portion of the world that's like, you just can't take these drugs, it's cheating. There's another one, and we're not on that one by any means either, where guys are like, how come these guys just can't take whatever they want? Somewhere in the middle is where most of us fall. We're like, man, you can't let these guys take this kind of drugs and hurt each other like that. On the other end, it's like, are we really trapped in an age where, you know, you can't smoke pot 3 weeks out from a fight? So it's an imperfect system, but it's a system, and kudos to the UFC now for building a structure in which this works. Because, hey, wherever you fall on that spectrum, at least if there's a structure, we can abide by it.
Okay, we got to talk about Rashad Evans, ready to make his return to the octagon. In my opinion, one of the top 205-pound fighters on the planet. I think he can compete with everybody, maybe save for John Jones. We saw how he fared. John Jones didn't take this guy out, though. Rashad Evans knows how to play the smart game. But what happens if Daniel Cormier manages to defeat John Jones? Well, you'd expect the UFC would have a rematch, John Jones, Cormier 2. Yeah. And if Jones won that, they'd get Jones, Cormier 3. I have a feeling that Rashad Evans, if he was given the opportunity, would not want to face off against Daniel Cormier. He said in the past, when the UFC wanted to put that fight together, he was not jazzed about it. Yeah. Daniel Cormier and I are friends. Yeah. We work together on Fox. The last thing I want is for him to be punching me in the face and me to be punching him in the face.
Yeah, he already had to do that with a guy at the desk. They already had Chael Sonnen there, but Chael and him, they figured out how to make money. They were on that same card with George St. Pierre at the top. And that one, he's like, well, I think I hit harder than Chael, and if it goes bad, I'll just be wrestled a bit. And Chael's got a good sense of humor. He worked it out, but you can't fight all your buddies. You can't do that forever. Rashad Evans is one of the great fighters. He hasn't been super active, so his role every fight is to remind all of us just how good he is. And man, you got a big, tall, crazy, talented, hard-hitting Swede in front of you. That's a tough assignment, but Rashad will be up for it.
Yeah, I love the fact that Rashad Evans says, you know, I know that Alexander Gustafsson is a talent. I know that he's a top-ranked guy, but I believe that I have the tools and the skills to be able to get a victory and put myself in title contention when you're working with Anthony Johnson, who has proven himself to be a top contender at 205 pounds, as well as Tyrone Spong, who is arguably the best striker in mixed martial arts right now. He has the opportunity and the training partners. We know he spends time with Vitor Belfort. Of course, you would never doubt Rashad Evans because he knows how to be a champion. He was a champion before, and he just has to do the necessary work to ensure that he gets there again.
Yeah, for sure. And you want to see him do well. He is another star in the UFC. And you know what fighters also really like? They like when they get kind of the same assignment again, kind of. It's like, oh, I'm fighting a southpaw. Okay, you work through 10, 12 weeks, all the details work on a southpaw. Fight happens, win or lose. 3 months later, they go, we got this guy. Oh, cool, it's a southpaw again. Oh, great. Because you worked on those skills and you start to build that thing. You have to really work your takedown defense against a guy. And then you got Jacare. Like, those things work well for a fighter. And preparing for John Jones before kind of prepares you in some ways for Gustafsson. The reach, the kickboxing at range. So I think that's an aspect he'll really enjoy about this fight.
Quickly, I want to talk about Conor McGregor right now. Very impressive. In top 5, top 6 of 145 pounds, but he's already said, I don't know if I'm going to stay here. I know I can be king of this division, but there's a chance that I'm going to move up to 155 pounds. We saw it in the past. He was the Cage Warriors 155-pound champion. Who fought for Cage Warriors? Michael Bisping fought for Cage Warriors. Dennis Siver. Michael Bisping, he's the man. Martin Kampman's fought there. Bigfoot Silva.
We have it right here on Fight Night.
Yeah, legitimate talent. Fought for the Cage Warriors promotion. So if you're a champion for the organization, that absolutely means something. Is this a good move for Conor McGregor? Is he just looking, how can I make money? I make money by fighting in both 145 and 155.
I think he likes to put himself with his back against the wall and ratchet up pressure. He's been good at it. He's been doing it well. But anybody remember Brandon Vera stood in there and said, I'm going to be a 2-division champion? He was a no-division champion. So you got to still bite what's in front of you. But Conor McGregor is a star, man, and he's smart.
That's it for us. Don't go anywhere. More Fight News Now Extra is still coming at you.